What has to do with basic backtesting strategies using Market Cipher as your reference script. And as we all know, Market Cipher is basically made up of two oscillators or waves. I normally refer to them as your Google Maps. It's just a relatable word that most people who are new to trading can familiarize themselves with. So, so Google Maps is basically my momentum waves. These are oscillators. These are waves. They move. And at this point, you have to realize that trading has always been direction. Trading has always been direction upwards, downwards, then consolidation. Trading has never been just spots or signals. These are just pieces of data. These are just fragments of data pertaining to an asset. These are not influential decision makers. These are supplementary decision makers. So the major influential oscillators or waves is when you are using Market Cipher B. These are your major influential oscillators or waves. These have enough impact on the very direction of price. Price tends to react hugely, again hugely, on the very direction of these oscillators. So we have a variety of them. The big blue one you see here is your momentum wave, which normally people refer to it as your engine. And this view up is also referred to as your, let's say, your table. And the green wave that you see is your money flow. So it's like your liquid. So liquid in your vehicle, engine in your vehicle, and table in your vehicle. So in other words, trading has become trading has become more or less like a vehicle with the specs that needs to move. So how do you move the vehicle? Well, if I have my engine checked, which is the blue wave, and I have my money flow checked, which is the green, the liquid, and I have my VWAP, which is the table, I can guarantee that my vehicle will move, right? Okay, so in other words, for my price to move, remember, price reacts or price move in two or three angles, either upwards territories and downwards territories and consolidate. You understand? So you either consolidate or you move upwards, then you move downwards. These are basically what we call the three major price action movements. So if I have my vehicle with the engine checked, all right, and I have my vehicle with my turbo checked, all right, and I have my money flow, sorry, which is my liquid checked, and they are all heading towards the positive territories, then it means price will evidently rise. Let's remove the drawing so let me show you well. If I have all these heading towards the positive territories, price will tend to react because I have all of these specs checked. So price tend to react hugely here. So you can realize that when the momentum wave, which is my engine, was heading towards the upward territories, you realize that price was heading upwards. And you can realize my view of my table was also heading upwards. Price was also heading upwards. And you can realize that my money flow was also heading upwards. Price also heading upwards. So it's like price tends to react pertaining to the very direction of these major oscillators or influential waves. Normally your Google map. That's how I refer to them. So this is Market Cipher B, structure B, made up of your Google Maps, and this is structure A, made up of your road sign. It's hard for me to literally, more or less, like base my whole trading decisions primarily on these signals. It's hard to base your whole trading decisions on these signals. These are just road signs. These are cautionary algorithms. These are road signs. They are not influential because road signs tells you a distance between, let's say, on your road you're traveling and it's like 10 kilometers. Road sign gives you that 10 kilometers up ahead. That's all it has. But your Google map literally gives you real-time empirical data. In other words, your Google map can literally suggest to you, okay, you have to use a different route or probably use a different road because there's an upcoming traffic. So between my Google map and my road signs, evidently I'll take my Google map first because, hey, it's like I'm traveling and my Google Map tends to give me real-time empirical data, so I will lean towards my Google Map. My road signs are good, but they are just basically they're just cautionary algorithms. They are not really real time, because you can have one road sign saying the same thing for over years, but you can't have your Google Map saying the same thing because it keeps repeating itself all the time. Like it keeps not necessarily repeating, it keeps updating itself, and anything it updates means it updates itself with the real-time current scenarios. So the real-time current price action or price movement of an asset is based on these oscillators or waves, and they move all the time. So waves are like oscillators, sorry, waves are, yeah, basically like oscillators. They move, and the majority of these waves heading towards the same direction increases the very biasness of the bias of this oscillator, sorry, of this price action. In other words, if I have majority of my oscillators heading towards the upward territories, all of them saying upward means price says buy, let's buy. So hugely they affect every direction of price. So as if I have majority of them heading towards the downward territories, it means it's time to sell. So I always tend to keep these videos short and simple. I I have a course that summarizes everything. I'm almost done. I'm almost done. And I will let everybody know when it's ready. Have a nice time. Peace.